We're going to be reviewing Hawas's Viper. Now, I've been a fan of some of these Hawas releases in the past. My favorite one's Hawas Fire. Slightly different sort of take on Imperial Valley, Lethani, that whole Reef Territory Black, that whole DNA minus the oud plus some extra spices and sweetness. I thought it was a great frag. And also an acquired taste, meaning it wasn't for everyone, like Imperial Valley isn't for everyone. It's also a freshie. So this, when I saw that they were coming out with a Black Afghano clone, knowing the level of quality Hawas does, I thought this one should be tried. They came out with like way many new flankers of Hawas in the last few months. I was a bit surprised. This one though. So let's see how this one smells. Yeah, so apart from having a slight alcohol blast up front, it also, there's multiple notes, too many notes listed on the official thing side, but I can get some, there is a green tinge to it coupled with a dirty sort of patchouli note. There is cannabis listed in the official notes, but to me it smells like a dirty patchouli. When I say dirty, meaning like a rough earthy patchouli. If you've ever smelled Ahmed al-Maghribi's Bombay Oud, that also has a patchouli note. It gives it sort of like a earthy but slightly green tinge as well. Those are the notes that I'm detecting here. Not really, doesn't smell like someone is blew some weed into your puffed some weed smoke into your face or anything like that, but doesn't even smell like your average weed. Interesting fact, I used to live in Denver for a while, in Colorado, and the masjid we used to frequent, it was right next to a weed selling shop. So weed was legal back then, and yeah, so there was like a large weed store, if you will, which was constantly smelling of weed right next to the masjid. So I can tell you that this does not definitely smell like the good stuff, if you will. That's a joke. But it does, but in reality, it doesn't smell like the good stuff. Anyway, so it's slightly green, slightly musky, slightly dirty, as in earthy. And as it dries down, that earthiness slightly comes more to the fore, and there is saffron. There's a saffron note as well, so it's slightly screechy. So this is definitely not for everyone. Not earthy notes, especially this is not very dark per se, more leaning towards earthiness than anything else, and there's a musky note as well, and a slight hint of sweetness. That's I want to say tempers all of this. So this is a niche sort of DNA, as in it's not for everyone. Definitely, as usual, urge you to try this before you give this one a go, because you have to really not just like dark scents, because this is not a dark scent, but you gotta like earthy / green scents that have only a musky, earthy, dark, green, not dark, earthy, green, green, musky scents with only a tinge of sweetness to temper that. So if that is your thing, then give this a try before you get it. I'm sure this must be available cheap somewhere at discounters, but I would never recommend buying this.